made a bold prediction on our last show, and I had a few extra days, and I thought with the extra days I was going to make it, but I predicted that the next time we were on this podcast, that the Tigers, the Giants would be 500. Well, you know how you don't get to 500 when you're 3 games under? By playing 500 baseball during that time frame.
Ooh.
Because that leaves you at 3 games under 500. But somehow...
Wait. Let me check the math there.
just do that again.
No, it checks out.
You want me to go slower? So
yes. So you were partly right. They would be 500, but they just played 500 from the moment you said that.
Yes.
Not getting their record back to 500.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
this is way too much math for this segment.
So the good news though is the NL West has turned into quite a big dud so far this season, and they've somehow, since we were last on, by remaining 3 games under 500 and playing 500 baseball over that time frame, they've gained a game or two to only be 2.5 games out, because over their last 10, the Dodgers are 3-7. The Dodgers.
That's amazing.
Much as I predicted that the Dodgers were not going to live up to expectations.
They spent $1.4 billion in the offseason. I'm sure they did not have a 13-11 record planned out for the first 24 games. So that's amazing. I haven't been paying too much attention to the NL West, but I saw you guys were below 500 and didn't realize you could still be this close in the race. I'm impressed.
Yeah. I mean, that whole the division is super tight, which has allowed the Giants to, be in it early and kind of sustain some mediocre to really bad play. And one of the things you brought up to me that you wanted to make sure we talked about was Blake Snell has an 11.57 ERA over his first 3 starts, which is horrendous. I had mentioned
can't get much worse.
No, I could be Kyle Hendricks, but I did mention last week.
That's worse.
A little bit worse. I did mention last week that I thought he would slowly start to improve because he didn't have a proper ramp up. So I'm sticking to that.
That makes sense.
I think in another month he'll be back up to form. You got guys though like Logan Webb, and this Jordan Hicks experiment is been lights out. It's insane how well he's been pitching. So, that's a great storyline. And, the funny thing is some of my reasons to remain optimistic for the Giants was actually done was it a Giants article or newsletter that the Athletic did today on are the Giants.
Oh, it's their daily wind up email that goes out to all their subscribers. They just cover just general stuff throughout Major League Baseball, but they had a whole feature on why to be optimistic if you're a Giants fan. I thought that was timely.
Yeah, one of the other things I was going to talk about today is that Yastrzemski and Soler are not playing that great right now, but I don't think that is, that's not going to be the end result. Again, I kind of did panic or patience last week with them, but I with the Giants, but I think, Yaz had a home run last night. The Giants have just been like really inconsistent because one day they'll score 7 runs and then the next day they'll score 3 runs or 2 runs and then they'll score 9 runs. So the hitting's there. It's just nothing is just consistent right now. So I think once they get some mo going, a little momentum in the right way, once Blake Snell, starts getting his pitching in order, and then you still have this crazy middle year plus up with Robbie Ray returning. So if they're able to, as I wanted them to, as I sort of predicted as to why they win the division, that they would be within striking distance going into the All-Star break, and then with the additions and whatever else they may or may not do at the All-Star break, I think they have a legitimate shot to win this thing. So, I mean, the
I think your best point is about how you're only going to get stronger throughout the year with the potential return of Robbie Ray, which just adding a Cy Young Award winner to your lineup to your rotation mid-season is like the best trade acquisition you could possibly have. If you're treading water and maintaining, and there's all these deficiencies that you're experiencing now, but you're only 2.5 games out. As soon as you fix those things, you're right there in the mix, and then can jump forward with adding Ray and others. So it's there's no way anyone could have predicted the Dodgers would be this mediocre to start. So the fact that you certainly haven't had a stellar beginning, but you haven't buried yourselves by any means. I think those are really positives to look at going forward.
I'm feeling pretty good, all things considered. It's a
I can tell.
stark contrast from the for the team I root for in town. So at least I
Yeah.
got something going on.
Wordhole Media.